This week we are at lesson 12. To guess the main character is not hard for you. If you watched us last week or studied your lesson, you would know exactly what to do. In case you did neither, we will still fill you in, so that this week you can study your lesson, but first stick a pin. The prophecies that point to Jesus and affirm our faith in Him, how He left the glory of heaven to save humanity from sin. How out of all religions this is the greatest story to know. While other gods made their people only to do for them, our God moves from up high to down below. He reaches us where we need Him most, but He teaches us to be humble and never boast. Now back to the lesson, the clues I am yet to give. Let's start with simple teaching on how we ought to live. In this lesson, there is a message for the future of the world and the role of God's people in it. There are hopes that the streets would be peaceful and the children can play in it while the older ones watch and smile happily. This sounds like a mere dream, too far from reality. We are told that we are the salt of the earth, the light of the world, to carry the gospel message to all who have never heard, to become the magnet drawing people to truth, to speak it from the soles of our feet up to the roof. Can you tell me who rode into Jerusalem on a donkey? The King of the world, the Savior of little boys and girls. This prophet mainly spoke about Jesus, the one who came to heal us, who died on the cross so that we might be saved, if only we accept and faith we crave. This week, like all other lessons, is worth the read. It should not be a want but a dire need. By now you should see that this week we repeat. The prophet's name was Zechariah, we see.
This week's lesson was a follow-on from last week, what we will call a kind of part 2. And this week, Zechariah was more focusing on the prophecies of the Messiah. And not only that, but how they were fulfilled through Jesus. When we look at the various stages of Jesus' ministry, we see that Zechariah was actually speaking on the different circumstances and the different stages, such as the prophecy of Jesus riding into the city on a colt as a king. We also learn about the prophecy that Jesus will be pierced and die. So other thoughts are also brought out in this week's lesson are the spiritual deliverance which is promised from the enemy of sin, the spirit of grace and of supplications poured out on the leaders and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, how victory was promised over their enemies to God's people. However, as time went on, this did not happen as the people did not remain faithful. There are many more things that are brought out in this week's lesson. However, we're not going to continue to spoil you any longer. I advise you to go take a read and see what else you can learn from this week's lesson.
Please. Hi there, here. Hi there, here.
For all that see
The link to the video
that we posted previously.
I hope it was inspiring and enjoyable.
For all of you.
And if you feel like subscribing,
then please do.
Or leave a comment
down below.
If you have any suggestions,
let it flow. So once again, thank you so very much for watching our lesson study summary. And this week, as you know, we were dealing with Zechariah. And as we usually say, if you want to continue studying, and I know that you really do, you can go to www.ssnet.org. So, enjoy your study lesson.
And until next time.